Hey guys, what is going on? Hopefully, you guys all had a very good weekend for the first week of December. Yeah, like I said, hopefully, you guys did good on some NFL as well. Today, we got a nice 7 game slate to look at. Didn't do any premium lineups yesterday, so don't really have any lineups to show you guys since we didn't play. So, um, yeah, today's looking not too bad. Got 3 or 4 games that totals are pretty good, especially this New Orleans game. We've got a couple injuries. Otto Porter's out. We got Kyle Lowry game time decision, and I think that's mostly it. A couple small ones with Harris and stuff like that, but nothing too big besides Kyle Lowry. So as of now, as normal, anything can happen. As we know, a lot of people are out throughout the day. So as of now, that is what we're looking at here. So yeah, let's get into it as normal. I would love to have you guys join us. $35 a month for FanDuel and $35 a month for DraftKings. Obviously, those are both separate. To get in on that, check out our website down there in the comment section. Would love to have you guys on board. We are still doing pretty good. And if you guys saw our last video, won $3,000 on our last one for FanDuel, and also won 50-50s and double ups on DraftKings there. So still doing pretty solid. We'd love to have you guys join us, and also check out our website. Sorry, check out our Twitter as well. Both those will be down there in the comment section. All right, first game we have Detroit and OKC at 220 and OKC by 1. So 220 I think is a little low. I think he can get up to a 221, 222. And I love that one spread. That's nice, that one spread. We saw what Detroit did against Golden State. Yes, I know Golden State doesn't have their full team, but I thought for sure Golden State was going to win that game. And Detroit played pretty good. So this OKC Detroit game should be pretty good. You know, Detroit, they're not like they have been the last couple years. They're, a pretty good team this year. So anyway, looking at it, Russell Westbrook, I like him. I don't think he has crazy upside. I think he's going to get around 50 to 55 in this one. Curry did have 7 turnovers against them last game, so that could be a little eerie for Westbrook, as we know on FanDuel, minus 1 point per turnover. So definitely keep that in mind. I don't mind Reggie Jackson playing his own team in OKC here. He's been solid to get you 30 to 32 points. And, I do. I like Westbrook and Jackson both in this one. Schroeder, I picked him last one against Atlanta. You can look at him. I don't know. We'll have to see. I think Robertson is still out, and then Abrinas is playing, correct? Yellow, yeah, Abrinas is playing. So, he's going to come off the bench again, maybe get you 25 to 30. Not my best play that I like tonight. I do like Paul George. Last 2 games hasn't really been doing too much, but those were, for the most part, blowouts. So he didn't play big minutes either. This should be a lot closer game. So I can see 36 to 40 for Paul George in this one. I do like Griffin once again. Grant, I was high on him last game, didn't do anything. He might get 21, 22 in this one. Drummond against Adams, I like both those guys. Drummond should get you 50, 55, and Adams should get you around 34 to 36 in this one. So both those guys are in play. Are they must-haves? No, but they're, like I said, 220 total, so you have to consider them. I do like Westbrook and George. Those are probably the 2 top I'm really targeting. And as normal, I love Griffin as well. So this is a good star-studded game. Definitely pick 1 or 2 in this one. I know it's the early game, but, man, there's quite a bit in this one that I really do like. All right, moving on. Golden State and Atlanta. These guys played just a little bit ago. And Golden State beat them by 10 or 12, but they didn't have Curry. And they were in Golden State as well. So, 232 and Golden State by 10. So Atlanta, one of the fastest paced teams in the league, but they play no defense. So, should be a blowout in this one. You can look at Curry, maybe 35 to 40 in this one. He could catch fire. Trae Young is so up and down. If Lynn's out, maybe that helps, but I think Lynn's supposed to play. Clay, price came down a little bit, maybe 34, 35 in this one. You can look at Looney and also Jordan Bell as GPP plays. Damian Jones is out indefinitely, so that does cut down some minutes there. Drepko still should get a couple minutes. So maybe look at Looney, maybe over Bell. But those are GPP picks only because they're still sharing minutes. Don't really need Durant here. So To be honest, I'm probably not picking anybody in this one. Deadman's going to play. Yeah, I'm not feeling anyone. Maybe John Collins, but that's really it. Besides that, I'm probably moving on from this one. Um, Cleveland and Brooklyn, 212 in Brooklyn by what do we got there? 6. So this one should be an interesting one. Hill is back. Don't care for Dinwiddie or Sexton. You can look at Russell for sure. Noaba's still out, so you can look at Alex Burks for 19 to 21 or so in this one. I don't mind Rodney Hood for 23-24. If Harris is out, you can look at Carroll for 20 to 23. Larry Dance sucks. I hate the dude. I've picked him last couple days, and he's just complete trash. Yeah. Anyway, he's back on the bench last game, and he should in this one as well. So not really looking at him. I do like Tristan Thompson. Brooklyn is one of the worst teams against the center position. And as we know, Thompson's still playing pretty good ball here, 35 and 48. So $6,700. Don't think a lot of people will have him. He is in a good spot to get 36 to 40 in this one. So I do like Thompson and GPPs quite a bit. So definitely target him in this one. So Thompson for sure. You got to put him in there. Hood in a GPP, like I said, 23-24 in this one. And probably Russell, my favorite Brooklyn guy in this one. And then, like I said, Thompson and Russell are probably the two I'm looking at. And GPP one off Alex Burks if you want to go that way. So only a 212. I mean, it could be a little higher, but not really feeling it. So Russell, Alex Burks, and Thompson is who I would consider from that one. All right, moving on. Washington, New York, 227, and Washington only by 1. So New York, they're a bad team, but man, are they're playing some pretty good ball last game. I mean, they beat Milwaukee, which is crazy to do that. So anyway, Trey Burke is out, so Moutier is going to be 900% owned. Porter's out, so you can look at Wall once again. Really don't mind some Tim Hardaway for about 34 to 37 in this one. You can look at Dotson. You can look at Tier. All those cheap guys are in place since Trey Burke is out. Jeff Green's going to play. He might be half decent. I don't know how much I really want. But like I said, Otto Porter's out, so that does help Markieff Morris quite a bit. Had one bad game, but besides that, he's been looking pretty good, so I think he can get you his 30 to 35 in this one. Knox had a really good game randomly against Milwaukee. I don't know if that's really reliable. And then Enes Kanter, as normal, GPP, boomer bust guy. So I'm looking at Markieff Morris in this one. You can consider Beal. He's been up and down, though. I do like I said, Hardaway, Dotson, and Tier. And then I don't mind some Emmanuel Moutier. Then obviously look at Wall. But as normal, Wall GPP because he can be a boomer bust play. But like I said, it's a 227 and only one spread, so hopefully they keep it close here. All right, moving on. Denver, Toronto, no total. Lowry news. We don't know what's going on with him yet. If he doesn't play, I like this game a little more. Fred VanVleet and Kawhi Leonard, and you can consider Danny Green. If Lowry plays, don't care for this game at all. Because both these teams are slow, a little slower than normal, and do play good defense. I mean, they can play up, but I'm not expecting them to play up. So yeah, if Lowry's out, look at Fred VanVleet and Kawhi Leonard. If not, not really feeling it too much. Leonard had 35% usage rate last game without Lowry, so definitely got to put him in there only if Lowry is out. So hopefully we get word only 30 minutes after lock, so we should get word on that. So can't really say much about that one until Lowry comes out. Sorry, Lowry news comes out. All right, yeah, we got New Orleans and Clippers 237 in New Orleans by 2. Obviously, this is going to be the game everyone's going to have, and for good reason. So you can look at Alexander if you want to. Tim Frazier, both those guys, I don't mind him. Obviously, I don't think he will, but if for some reason Jackson starts, can't put in Frazier. But I do like Frazier to get you a 25 to 30. He will be popular, so keep that in mind. Shooting guard, really don't mind Avery Bradley. He's actually been picking it up pretty good since he has been back. Only $4,100, and shoot, why not put him in there? 25-23, bad one, 28-25, playing pretty big minutes as well. So 4,100, you got to put in Bradley. I think he's in a very good spot. Probably one of my favorite cheaper plays here on the night. You can consider Mirotic. I'd personally probably have Gallinari over Mirotic. Moore is out. Hill and Johnson were filling in for him, but I don't know if that really means too much to me. For sure, got to look at AD, Harrell, Harris. All three of those guys are in play. Not sure how much I feel about Randall in this one. Maybe, but probably, me personally, probably not going to play him. So Davis, for sure, my number one favorite, expensive guy in the slate. Harrell, I love him for probably 38-40 in this one. So, yeah, just one of those games, pick everyone. If I had to rank him, probably go Davis, Harrell, Frazier, Gallinari, Harris, Bradley. I forgot Bradley. He'd probably be right ahead of Frazier. So just one of those games, pick and choose who you want. Definitely got to have AD in your lineup here today. All right, last but not least, Minnesota and Houston at 220. I think this game goes really low ownership just because of that New Orleans game. So if you're looking for a couple GPP plays, I really don't mind considering this one here because I don't think anyone's going to have this game. 220 and Houston by 2. So this should be an interesting one. This one can either go like it's saying a 220 or it could be complete trash and be maybe like a 210 total. So it is a GPP game here for sure. So you can look at Paul, might get you 35, 36, really low ownership. Harden, his ownership should be a little lower just because of AD and Russell Westbrook. You can look at Wiggins, GPP only. As normal, I keep mentioning this guy. Hopefully you guys are playing him. Robert Covington, always low ownership and putting up 38 to 40, 43 fantasy points. This dude is just doing pretty good over here. Minnesota's price really is not catching up to him. So please play this guy. He's playing good. He's in a good spot, $7,300. Gallinari, Mirotic, or Covington. It depends on what you're doing. If you're doing GPP, you got to go Covington. If you're doing cash, personally, I probably like Gallinari out of the three, but I just really like what Covington's doing at really low ownership as well. Not really feeling power forwards. You can look at Cat, easier-ish matchup against Houston here, DVP-wise. He's been trash, but, since he has been doing so bad, his ownership could be low. So if he goes off for 55, 60, you may be one of the few that have him. And then you got Mr. Clint Capella as well to get you around 38 to 40. So, yeah, GPP game, I like a couple from that one. So, let me go see what we got here. So I'm going to go plug in a couple of my cheaper guys. We're going to go Bradley here for sure. And then Moutier, he'll be, like I said, 60, 70% owned. So just take the damage with ownership. 5,000 is really not bad with a guy that can produce like that. You got to have Anthony Davis for sure. And that obviously hurts you a little bit, but you still got $6,300 to consider some guys. Like I said, if you want to go cheap, you can go Dotson or Tier. You can also look at Tim Hardaway. Alex Burks if you really need to go that way. Let me see here. Who else we got? And that's probably really it. Small forward, like I said, I do like Gallinari. If you want to go Covington, as I mentioned, GPP, you can put him in there. And then it's kind of what I'm looking at. Obviously, Paul George as well, if you can get him in there. So, yeah, a couple guys that I'm liking. Should be a good slate. I really do like this one, so would love to have you guys join us. As normal, keep out for the news that comes out with Lowry and maybe a couple other guys that could change this slate. But as of now, this is what I'm looking at. So love to have you guys join us. $35 a month for FanDuel and $35 a month for DraftKings. Both those obviously are separate. So yeah, check out our website in the comment section and also hit us up on Twitter if you have any questions. So that is it, guys. I am looking forward to this one. Hopefully you guys have a good one, and we'll see you guys all here tomorrow.